I'm now joined by Tim, who is the kit and equipment manager here at Brighton, Women and Girls. Thank you so much for your time. Obviously, again, this is competitive. I see a lot of people wanting to break into this space. What would your three-step breakdown be for someone who wants to become a kit and equipment manager?
So for me personally, I watched a documentary online, seen it online about being a kit manager. I thought I could definitely do that myself. So did a bit of research online and found a local non-league club up in Scotland called Bonnerig Rose. So I applied there and got involved with them, completely voluntary, just trying to learn, understand if I actually liked working in football. Got a massive passion for it, but thought, is this actually for me? And then as soon as I got in there, I got a massive bug for it. So I did that first, and then just honestly follow people online on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. There's loads of accounts that people dictate and show their life of a kitman. So that's the best way to do it is have a look and research as much as you can and ask questions as well if you don't know anyone, or you work in a club, ask people at clubs as well. Everyone's willing to help. It's a very helping industry. Like, you can always learn from each other. There's always something that I'm doing that someone else wants to do, or I can learn from other people as well. So
yeah, we spoke with a grounds person at the Amex earlier on, and I see the similarities between, it's very close knit. Everyone seems to sort of know each other in the space, which is obviously in networking is very important. But just going back to your point about you got some experience, would that be your main piece of advice then? If someone needs to get that experience, you had a look who was your non-league club by you, and you just reached out and sort of offered what you could do for them? Or
yeah, definitely just try and get yourself involved. Like, the best way is to go try it yourself first, because obviously people have got careers and ambitions where they want to be. But I've been lucky in my career, but I started right at the bottom to get an understanding of the basics of what I needed in football, like learning what people need day to day. It was part-time, but the principles are still the same at part-time to full-time football. Whereas then you need to work hard, be organised, be prepared, and know what you're coming into. So that's definitely helped me learn that by asking questions as well, and just having that experience of learning from your mistakes as well, which is a big one.
And just focusing on the kit side for the moment, is this something that you can actually like practice at home in terms of different skills, or even something like folding? I'm not very good at folding.
If you're good at folding t-shirts, yeah, that's a big help. Yeah. No, it's very process driven. Okay. So everyone works off checklists. So I've got a specific checklist, but other kit men and women around the leagues have all got their own checklists of things they need for each player. And the big things, every player is different. Not every player is treated the same. So some people want certain things, some people don't want certain things. So having a process and a checklist of what each player needs really helps that for you. So you do that in your daily life. Like, for going to work, I need a process of like, what do I need for work? Do I need to get my laptop, my keys, car, whatever, things like that. So it does help. Having processes is a big thing for working in kit and kit equipment.
Yeah, so if you joined the club, that would be one of your first tasks, to find out what different players want.
Yeah, definitely get to know the players is a massive thing about working in football as well, because people like players are the most important people at the club. Basically, they pay the bills, they do the performance, and get the results at the end of the day. But get to know them on a human level, so they can trust you, and then you can build that trust with them, and they'll come and ask you for the most random questions, random things. If you build that relationship with them, they'll trust you implicitly, and then hopefully it delivers that little 1% thing for them on the pitch as well. So if you can help them with the tiniest little thing, they can perform to the best level and hopefully get us winners and titles and cups. So
I've seen that before, where the players give a lot of trust to kit and equipment managers or coordinators. They go to them with things maybe they wouldn't go to a coach, or maybe they wouldn't go to someone else, because you're spending that time and you're developing that relationship, like you say.
Yeah, sometimes you're a soundboard for them as well. Yeah. They could be very frustrated at things that are going on on the pitch and that sort of thing. And it's good for them, because we see it a different light. We're not technical staff. We don't have any coaching expertise at all, but we see things in a different light to say, oh, like, have a think about this, think about that.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, it's a really good idea. When their coach could be saying the same thing, but they might not be listening to their coach. So it's good to have that trust. You get the friendships with the players, like they trust you implicitly, and they'll tell you things, and you know the boundaries, like what to maybe give advice to them on, or maybe let someone at the club know if they're struggling with things, like in a good way, like trying to help them as well, because we want to get them to the top level, performing the best on a Saturday or Sunday. So if we can help them in any way possible, we'll do that.
Yeah. What are 3 skills that are really important for your role?
Organisation is a big one, because you're looking after quite a lot of things. Preparation, and then trust as well, I would say, because you're in a very high pressure role. You've got a lot of things to remember, like the checklists are massively important for us. Organisation to make sure you know where everything is at the same time as well, because you could be running around on a match day and
Trouble.
someone's asked for a really random thing, and you know you've got to be prepared to have it. So when I've had random thing like the weekend, someone's walkout jacket broke, and I was like, oh, I don't know where the walkout jacket. So I had to find the other ones, like little things like that. You need to be prepared for that. And then the trust as well, because you get a lot of sensitive information within the club. So whether like the team for teams for games, so you need to keep that quiet yourselves and prepare as best you can, and also like potential transfer that come in the club as well. You try to get a heads up on them, but just being trustworthy so that you know what roles what things you can do, say and not say. But yeah, that's probably the most important thing I'd say.
And the preparation, like you said, is so important, because if you maybe forget something, or a player asks you for something, you've affected their preparation for the game, right? So people watching this, maybe they don't want to work in kit and equipment, but they might not realise the importance of a role like that, I imagine.
Yeah, it's those little details. We try to take as much off the players as we can before the game, because you just want this player solely focusing on what they're going to do on the pitch. So if you can take everything they want to the game, they've got to not worry about one little thing. So if you can take as much off the players' minds, I think that's a win for me. If they, on a game day, if they don't ask me a question, I've done my job great. If they ask me a question, I'm like, right, okay, I'll get better for next week. So you're always learning and evolving, especially the amount of new players you see every year. But you just get to know them quickly. Then less questions you have, the better. You've done your job, and then hopefully they perform on the pitch.
And what would you say to someone who maybe they've applied for 50 jobs this year, no luck so far? What would your advice be to those people?
Keep going. You're never going to get your perfect job on your first try. Like, it's always it'll come eventually. Just keep working hard. And for me personally, if you got volunteer, like you showed, you went down from the bottom, working your way up, I achieve that. I respect that greatly, because I've done that myself. I've done the hard yards for a couple of years, learned the ropes, and then you show you've got that passion to do it as well, because you don't want people come in and think it's going to be an easy life, because our job's not an easy life. It's not glamorous. We're the first ones in the building, we're the last ones leaving. So if you got that drive, determination, show that you can do that unpaid or work at really low level, but there's not many things you get. That shows you've got that drive to me. So that's what I would look out for, the advice for them.
And would you say that that's the hardest part, getting in, breaking in, and then once you're in, it's a little bit easier to navigate? Yeah,
once you get in the door, you get your foot in the door, you get exposed to a lot more, like a lot bigger world. You get to go to different clubs, they play against different teams and speak to other kit men who've probably been through the same thing as you have as well. But you just got to keep going with those things. Like the best way to do it as well is on LinkedIn, loads of people contact you, like asking how do you get into it, and always the same answers. Start local, to make sure you like it first, and then do the hard yards that you need to. But once you're in the door, it opens up a world of opportunities.